Hello, everyone, and welcome to July Sun Tarot. My name is Kimberly, and super excited for you guys to be here today. We have a good topic for you. What's the truth to how they feel? In other words, how are they currently feeling? What's really going on with this person and how they feel when it comes to you and or this connection? So we're going to get into some details today. We do have a different tarot deck for each of the readings. If you already know which tarot deck or crystal is, calling your name, the timestamps are down below in the description and pinned to the top of the comments. Also, keep in mind this is a timeless reading. So, whenever you come across the messages should resonate at the time that you find them. Remember, again, we're asking what's the truth to how they feel about you currently. So, that being said, let's get into the pile selection. For pile 1, we have this green fluorite double pointed crystal tower. And we will be using a new deck I'm very excited about, which is the Lord of the Rings tarot deck. So the Lord of the Rings tarot deck with the green fluorite double pointed tower for pile 1. For pile 2, we have this red jasper stone. And we have the Gilded Tarot Royale for your reading today, pile 2. So the Gilded Tarot Royale with the red jasper stone for pile 2. It's a little commotion going outside, guys. I hope that doesn't force us to redo the intro. And I'm noticing my light went out, but that's okay. So let's keep going. Pile 3, you have the tiger eye crystal, pretty raw piece. And for your reading today, we will be using the Alice in Wonderland by Disney tarot deck. So the Disney's Alice in Wonderland tarot deck with the tiger eye crystal. So guys, please feel free to pause at this time. Let me just light the candle as you do that. And I just dropped wax all over my hands. So, but the candle will be lit by the time we get to your guys' reading. So again, keep in mind we are figuring out what the good old truth is to how this person really feels. And if you're ready to receive the messages, I will meet you over there. Bye, guys. Hey, everyone, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the green fluorite, double pointed tower, and or the Lord of the Rings, I'm really excited to use this. This is my first reading I'm doing with this deck. I like how it's easy to shuffle, and obviously I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. I read the books back in college with a dictionary, by the way, and that was kind of like my introduction to fantasy, Lord of the Rings. I was like in love ever since. The movies, of course, are amazing. All right, sorry guys, I got distracted. Let me shuffle a couple more times though. So let's get into it. What's the truth to how they feel, this person that you are thinking about in a romantic way, regardless of your connection, is what they're showing you something to believe? And if they're not showing you anything, what do we need to see as far as the truth, with what's going on and their feelings when it comes to you and even the connection, if there is one, okay? So thank you so much, Spirit, of course, for coming through with the energy, this cool deck. All right, guys, let's get into it. So this person on pile One's mind, Spirit. What is the truth? What is the truth to how they feel about pile one? What do we need to see, Spirit? So we have the Fool in the reversal popping up. This is our first card, and it's a major arcana. It's card number 0. And the Fool is Uranus energy, or Uranus energy, however you want to pronounce that without giggling. I actually am proud of myself. So Aquarius, that's air. Now we have the Queen of Rings, and that's Pentacles in this deck. The Queen of Rings coming through, and it fell on the ground upright. What is the truth to how they feel, Spirit? We have the Four of Rings. 2 rings in a row, which is, again, earth energy. And earth could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. With the Four of Rings, specifically Capricorn, and Queen of Rings could really be any of the earth signs, but again, mainly Capricorn. So we are getting a lot of Capricorn and, of course, Aquarius with the Fool. Let's get our last card, and then we're going to get our clarifiers. So this tumbled. What is this? The 9 of Swords. Ooh. Someone's in their head. Okay. Someone is trying to be very logical. We got the Chariot, which is so funny because it's such a interesting combination with the Fool in reverse with the Chariot. Now the Chariot is card number 7, Cancer energy, which is a water sign. Also feels like moon energy since Cancer is ruled by the moon. Oh my goodness, another Pentacles. Page of Rings. Look at that, guys. This is a cool deck. These cards are pip cards, which means that they're really not an art depiction, so you just got to figure out by the design. But the court cards and the major arcana has imagery, so it's a different type of deck. Okay, this is upright. We got the 8 of Wands upright. Okay. Ooh. The Sun in reverse. Guys, this is making a lot of sense. The World and the High Priestess. Now, the World energy at the bottom of the deck feels like there's going to be some sort of homecoming is the word that came to mind. Also, a new beginning, a fresh start. This is Leo energy. Card number 21. It could also represent some sort of ending. For this person, I feel like something is ending symbolically because I do feel like they are waking up to the value that they see when it comes to you. So let's get into it. All right. I want to start over here, to be honest, with the Sun in the reverse coming through with the 9 of Swords. The effect that I'm getting from this is something caused this person to be very in their head about something. And I feel as though they're kind of down about something, really stuck in their ego. It might be keeping them up at night. I'm feeling a little restless energy where they may be tossing and turning. I do feel like they are really lacking some sort of inner peace right now with the Sun in the reversal. They could also be looking at you as someone that is, if you and this person are fighting, for example, it could be as though that the Sun energy, that fire is blocked to them right now. And that could be what they are really in their head about. I do feel like they want to fix this. Okay. So that's why I wanted to start here, because it feels like they want a fresh start, a new beginning. That is kind of the overall energy I'm getting with this. So to go back to the beginning, the Fool in the reverse with the Chariot. I don't think that this person wants to make a mistake. The Fool energy in the reversal is giving the energy that they don't want to make any rash decisions. They don't want to make any false moves or false steps in your decision, in your way. In fact, they want to make a very calculated, not calculated, I would, they want to make a sound decision, and they want to make sure that they're coming towards you with assuredness, confidence, and at a consistent, steady pace. Look at this hobbit, wheeling probably his prized pumpkin. And he looks confident, he's following a path, and he's taking action. And he's proud of it. It's like the feeling that you know that you are balanced and you know exactly what it is that you are seeking. So you're going to go in confidence on that path. And in this reading, it could be towards you, and it feels like something more consistent or more solid is happening. A hunk in the background for confirmation, because I feel as though they want to bring forth some sort of, it could be commitment, guys, or it could just be the next stage in this connection in some way, or they want to begin again in some sort of fashion. So again, depending on the connection that you have with this person. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I need to go get my water. One moment. All right, I'm back, guys. Thanks for allowing me to press pause. I realized my water was not anywhere near me. To get back into your reading, it's also funny how now that I'm sitting back down, that I'm seeing like the court cards on one side and major arcana versus some of our minor arcana that's giving us action and movement, and also what they're thinking about. So how are they feeling? Let's get to that. They're feeling a little bit as though they want to offer you something like that makes sense. I'm getting the energy that they're not really in their emotional uh they're not really in their emotions right now. They're more so in, again, in their mind, and also in their logic. Like they are, I feel like they're growing up. uh and again, that could be what I mean symbolically, like they are coming to a new understanding of what they want, which is why they want a fresh start. So how they feel like is, your energy could be blocked to them a little bit, guys. I am getting a little bit as though the sun is not really available. But for those of you that are already in a connection with this person, the world could also be like something in your connection is ending because something new is starting. It's like evolving. I also think at one point this person could have been very not really grasping the cup, in the sense that they were maybe being a little bit where they weren't trying to be in a commitment or in a relationship or take this to the next stage or next step, depending on where you guys are. All your connections are going to look a little different. With the page and the queen, it's like the energy of they are looking at you as though you are completely capable and independent, whether you're male or female. Like you have that energy of just being sound, good, like you are the full package. I'm getting, you are beautiful. You also make them feel as though like homecoming. Look at like this hobbit at home. And hobbits love to cook, they love to eat. That feeling of they would see you as someone that could really, I mean, not only take care of them, but you're taking care of yourself. Like, you know what you're doing. So, with the page energy coming through, it's as though that's the kind of energy that they're coming to the queen with, where they are now wanting to take some steps and solidify this, but they're going to take baby steps. It might be in the form of consistent messaging, consistent Like the amount of times you see each other might be more consistent. This person might be initiating more. And look at how this page is like their hand. And this is the tree, guys. If you remember, for those of you that are Lord of the Rings fans, this is the tree, the trees of wisdom, really. And look at how close the hand is almost to the sun. Whereas we got the sun in the reversal. So this person feels as though you are within reach still and they want to go for it. They want to move in your direction. And they're seeing how shiny you look right now. You're looking pretty good. Gosh, that came out of nowhere, guys, but I'm feeling as though they're looking at you as like you're gold. You're shiny. You are precious. Oh my God. You are their precious. You know, Four of Rings is the Four of Pentacles. That's someone that is really valuing are protecting what they value. And in this energy reading, I'm feeling as though they are seeing the value that is you, pal one. And the funny thing is, like, for to go back to Lord of the Rings, like precious, the one ring to rule them all. They might see you as that. Like you are shiny and they can't get their eyes off of you. You are glittering like the sun. I wonder if you're a fire sign. You might be a Leo, or you could be a Sagittarius or Aries. And even if you are not a fire sign, you are still shining very bright. And you are just uh, that frequency. You might be in your divine frequency. And I feel as though, and even if you're not, that's how this person sees you and feels about you when they think about you. And yeah, guys, what I'm getting from this is what's the truth is they do value you and they do want to bring in some sort of consistency, stability, and however that looks. So for those of you that may have been in separation, this person is going to come back in with some more consistent effort. If you and this person are already in a connection in some way, this person is going to want to bring it to the next stage. Maybe a committed stage. Because they don't want to lose you. I really do feel like they want to keep you, close. Because guess what? If you are not happy with them for some reason, they can't stop thinking about it. It's causing a lot of stress and they don't like it. They do not like it at all, guys. So that's why I'm getting some movement, a new beginning, a fresh start. That's what they truly feel. So we're going to look at the messages from Animal Spirit Guide because I want to see what energy spirit is this person coming through and or message. What do we need to see? What's the truth to how they feel? What animal energy? Okay, we're getting to bottom of the deck, mouse. They're playing it small is the energy I'm getting. They're not coming in huge. It could either be that they don't want to scare you off or they don't want to get scared themselves. Like this person could have been very either scared of commitment or may not have been ready at one point. So again, they are coming in and mice could be very fast, and quick and surprising because they could come out of nowhere. Trust me, I grew up with mice in the house and now I have rats in the alley. So, hashtag Chicago. The point is, they're cute though. Not gonna lie. Not when you're a kid though. All right. Sorry guys. Moving on. We got the blue heron, which is looking like some sort of pelican bird. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. Ooh. I'm wondering if there was some interference from, friends, family, even, a third party in some way. It could also be just, again, even their old beliefs that they are putting, behind them. And we are getting air energy. We also got the penguin. Look at how these two birds, because penguins are technically considered birds, I believe. We got the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. So with these two birds, it feels like air energy, someone really in their head, especially with the Nine of Swords. So this person could really be more so in their thoughts and wanting to ground this connection as opposed to in their emotions and wanting to be all over the place with the connection. So I do feel like they're going about it in a way that makes sense for them, that feels comfortable for them, and they want to be very careful too and very cautious. They don't want to, like I said from the beginning, take risks to do something rash. Even the message, you're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. It's someone that's not going to, fall into mistakes because they rush forward too soon and it wasn't the right time. It's the energy of this person is. So if they're slow to action, because Pentacles Earth is pretty slow, guys. I'm not going to lie. If we're talking about the slowest energy in the tarot, it's going to be Pentacles, Earth, and in this case, Rings. So, but if we're looking at the energy of the animals, penguins could be pretty slow when they are walking on land, but they could be pretty fast swimmers. This bird in particular, again, could be pretty fast in the air, but might wobble when they are on land. Mice in general, though, could freeze. I've seen many mice freeze, guys, unfortunately, in my childhood. So, that moment of shock, they've been caught, or scared that something's going to happen because the lights came on, or, so that could be the energy of this person too. Like any sudden surprise might scare them off. So I would allow this person to create their own pace, especially if you do like this person. And again, it's not that they want to mess with you or play with your emotions or anything like that, because I do feel like the intention, the feeling that I'm getting, the truth of what I'm getting behind their intention is to come towards you in a very stable, safe, consistent, sound way. And to me, that feels pretty respectful. Now if it's too slow for you, I don't know what to tell you, because this person might really be slow, especially it's coming through as the page as well. Okay, forgiveness. So this is coming through without me saying, I'm going to put it back, but some of you could be trying again with this person. There may have been a conflict of some kind. And again, like we talked about with the Sun in reverse, with the Nine of Swords, this person could be really feeling terrible about it and really wanting to make things better. Okay, but let's see. Spirit, what really needs to come through? We see forgiveness again, then of course that's even more emphasis on that. But Spirit, what else do we need to see? What's the truth about how they feel for Pile 1? With the True Love Oracle, let's get, okay, one fell on the ground. Let me grab it. The Divine Masculine. Ooh, feels like King of Pentacles. All right, what else do we need to see? Okay. The Divine Feminine. Wow, this happened only once before. And it's happening for you guys. Take it as it fits. But we're getting the Divines. This feels healthy. This feels beautiful. When both people are in their divine, guys, oh my goodness, that's an incredible, that could be a very beautiful relationship. That could be a very committed relationship, loyal. It feels very safe, stable. Also, when where there's not going to be jealousy, there's not going to be neediness. You're going to be able to create space. There's going to be a feeling of freedom. It's going to feel as though both of you could shine and do your own thing and still feel so connected without even maybe even communicating. Like, this feels really great. So how they feel about you, dude, guys, it feels as though they know you're their person, and they want to have that happy home with you. We have connection. Look at that. That feels like Two of Cups. That could be pretty romantic, even if you are divine counterparts or twin flame or whatever you want to label it. Could also feel that soulmate energy when you are in union. So connection, you might feel the same, but this person definitely feels the bond between the both of you. We did get the High Priestess in at the bottom of the deck as well. The energy of this feeling spiritual. There's a connection that you can't explain or articulate. You just feel it in a different realm. You could be dreaming about each other. You could be, and those dreams might be super vivid, and they might even be future glimpses. I'm realizing, you know, in my own personal, but for you guys, if for those of you that resonate, that could feel, it could go both ways, but this person could also be feeling it. And look at the sun again. It's giving sunrise vibes, guys. Okay, serendipity. Now, that to me feels very spiritual as well. Serendipity is not by accident, guys. It's not a coincidence. It's not, a glitch in the matrix. It is meant to happen the way it's meant to happen. And it could be so crazy how serendipity works. Okay, where you can't ignore it. Spirit is giving you signs. Spirit is rearranging things where you cannot avoid it. So I feel as though this person's, the truth is, they might really feel as they cannot avoid you, and they no longer want to, because again, it is now giving them stress being away from you. That's pretty, that feels pretty sweet, and I think if that's how this person feels, and if you do have some sort of spiritual connection with this person, you must have come a long way, Pawan, because if you're inviting someone's energy and they want to bring this to you, they want to bring this to you on your doorstep. Like, they want to bring you the world, guys. I'm feeling, and again, this person is not in their sacral right now as far as passion. But although the divine masculine could be all of it, passionate, emotional, logical, intelligent, everything. It's the full package. And so can the divine feminine. Even if you're same sex, it goes both ways, and energy is energy. So the point I'm trying to make is, even though in the tarot we didn't get like wands, although Eight of Wands could also be, not only forward movement, but that could also represent, that this person is feeling that burst, that passionate burst, you know? Uh, okay, so let me move on. I'm blushing for some reason. All right, let's get into Moonology. The point is, the connection could be in multiple ways, guys. Like, it might not just be in the physical. It could have started in the 5D. The spiritual is different than the 5D, maybe. I don't know. I'm still learning about it. But the point is, it could be different dimensions you and this person share, okay? And now, if this person wants to ground it in the physical, that's when, things are going to be a little bit more careful, a little bit more cautious. Okay. Again, a couple are falling out, but I didn't even look at it. Don't get mad, pal one. Just trust the process. All right, Spirit, with the Moonology, what do we need to see? What's the truth to how this person feels? What else? It's a pretty nice reading. I'm not going to lie. Pal one. So if this doesn't sound like your person, don't force it, guys. Okay, because this is this is for people that there's going to be some forward movement. You're going to start communicating with this person. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Interesting. This person is fixed on you guys. I'm getting that you're the one. You're their divine counterpart. There's no denying it. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. We got water energy, mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Gosh, I'm wondering if you guys were in separation of some kind. Let me know. And if you might be getting out of that, and it might be feeling like baby steps, and this person taking their time, which, if it feels right, go with the flow. It also says meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. We're getting 2 new moons, a mutable moon and a fixed moon. So I do feel like there's going to be, it feels like a month. It also feels like there's going to be some energy potentially around a new moon, but I'm also getting the feeling of a new beginning that this person really feels that they want with you. And for mutable moon, nothing is yet set in stone. That's the feeling, if you and this person haven't communicated yet, where this person is, even the imagery of the crashing waves, like this person is feeling that they want to come back in, guys. That's the feeling I'm getting. Pisces is water energy. So we're getting 2 kind of a time frame, but Cancer, time sensitive, has already passed. That was the end of June and July, pretty much. And then we have Pisces. Pisces energy is, I want to say, in the winter. I mean, it depends on where you live, right? So that's February, March, and in Chicago, that is the thick of winter sometimes. Okay, so take the time frame as it fits, guys. That could just be for some of you. All right, so that being said, and just to backpedal to the time frame, that could also be like that this is going to be developing. Okay, so let's get into your advice as we're closing out your reading, making good time as we are getting to the end of your reading. Actually, I kind of want to. Okay, guys, Spirit, using our Archangel messages, Spirit, our angels, anyone coming through for the collective energy of Pile 1. Spirit, what do we need to see? What advice? What does Pile 1 need to see? Let's get a couple. Okay. I didn't want to overdo it. Archangel Muriel, trust your own wisdom, have faith in your psychic impressions. Guys, you've come a long way. If this is some sort of spiritual connection and you might have gone through some sort of awakening, you're in union, I'm getting. And I think Spirit is reminding you that it's not an end point. You're always, reminding yourself to stay present. And I do feel like you're getting some inner wisdom, which is what's guiding you, I guess, right now when it comes to this person. Archangel Hope. Oh, that's beautiful. Look for a cosmic gift. Remember, you deserve it. Oh my God, guys. And what was it? That's serendipity. Guys, I feel like something is going to surprise you if it hasn't already. Just be present and know that no matter what unfolds, if that's what's meant to happen, having hope can't steer you wrong. Look at that light. We're getting that feeling of light. You are the light. So we're getting, as we're getting a loud scooter. going through the neighborhood. But Archangel Jules, align with your highest, go with the flow. That's exactly okay. What the message is for you guys. Wow, this is so beautiful. This reading, and it was my first reading with Lord of the Rings. Thank you for being a part of it. The collective energy for this reading today. I feel like I'm gonna go watch Lord of the Rings this weekend, probably as I'm um, cleaning on Sunday. I'll like put Lord of the Rings on, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, thank you so much for staying this long. And I love you guys so much. I really wish you the best of luck in this energy. Let me know how it's going and what type of connection this might be. And I love you guys. I hope I see you again. Bye. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the red jasper and or the Gilded Tarot Royale, then you're at the right place. So, what's the truth to how they feel? This person that you are currently thinking about in a romantic way, we're gonna get down to the truth, especially if you're not sure for whatever reason, and maybe we could see through the details why that might be. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, so much for being here. Of course, for the collective energy. Hoping for the best messages of what we need to see, what we need to hear today, for what the truth of how they feel, this person. Okay. So, Spirit, the person on pile 2's mind. What's going on? What is the truth to how they feel about pile 2? We got 2 cards coming up. You know what? I'm not in the mood for that. Sorry, Spirit. Uh, that's why, because the Empress wanted to come out. So, card number 3, just trust the process, guys. Pretty card. The Empress, card number 3, Venus energy, but in the sign of Taurus. We have the 8 of Pentacles coming up. Right, how is this? What's the truth? 8 of Swords. Okay. Person could be in their mind. And the Sun upright. Wow. How does this person truly feel, Spirit? We have the 6 of Swords in the reversal. They are never gonna walk away from you guys. This is someone that is Queen of Cups in the reverse, very attached to your energy. I feel as though they are very aligned with your frequency. 10 of Swords in the reversal. Coming through with the 8 of Swords. That's interesting. And the 4 of Wands, exactly. With the Sun. We got the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the Fool energy. Guys, this person is not going to walk away from you. How they truly feel for you is you are their joy. I'm getting someone that just finds that feels very blissful. We're going to start here just because it's energy I can't ignore. Now, we know the Sun is Leo energy, card number 19. And then we have it coming with the 4 of Wands. Dude, this feels as though if there was a reunion or something being reignited in this connection between the both of you, this person is going to feel completely joyful and blissed out over it. Guys, 4 of Wands feels like it could be a marriage. This feels this is the card of union. So if you and this person have a spiritual connection, this is happening. If you and this and all of you guys, regardless of whatever you would say or label your connection, it is going to be spiritual, right? But this feels as though someone just wants the world with you and they know it's going to feel really good. They want to offer you that commitment, that stability. They feel very safe, but you might be upset with them for some reason because let's go over here. We got the Queen of Cups coming through in the reversal. This could be you, whether you're male or female. I'm getting the energy that you might be upset with them about something. It could be about work. It could be about a lack of work, a lack of effort, and maybe you're just upset over that. It could be that they're very busy and prioritizing something. They could really, really be in the zone in their professional life right now, committed to something that is of value to them, but that is also maybe bringing in some sort of stress in the connection that you might have with this person. Even if you're not in a connection, that could be why this person was a little bit wishy-washy or distant because they might be focusing or were focusing on something. This could have led to you maybe turning your back on them in some way. They do feel you are the Empress. The energy I've gotten in the recent past, to be honest, with the Empress and the Queen of Cups, the feeling that you are sensual and beautiful, compassionate, loving, caring, that they could have a really beautiful relationship, a connection that brings such joy and bliss. And that's the kind of stability that they want and that they would definitely take risks in your direction for to get that sort of union, that sort of peace. And they may want to make it permanent. The Six of Swords does feel as though someone doesn't want to walk away. So if you and this person have ended things or you have their back toward them, they're not going to give up on this easily. They might feel a little stuck in limbo. Eight of Swords is a feeling of trapped energy. And then we're getting it with the Ten of Swords in the reversal. This person, even if there does seem to be some sort of hard feelings, you could really be mad at them. I'm wondering, to what extent. And if you are here for this reading for this person, it might not be I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not sure what the deal breaker would be for you. Either way, it feels the truth of how this person feels is regardless of whatever difficulties or letdowns or betrayals, even for some, have existed between the both of you, they don't want this to be the end. They don't want to allow this to be what breaks you guys apart. I do feel as though they're really stuck in their head about this. The feeling that they don't want to give up on this or you. If you are in a commitment with this person or in a connection and this person really did something that created distance between the both of you in some way, I do feel as though, because it's like, is it a third party? Did this person do something and is it betrayal? I'm not really getting that with the surrounding energy. It's more so that they just didn't prioritize you in some way. But I do feel as though they do want that commitment. They do see you in such value. They want to bring forth stability. This is slow moving energy. Earth could be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energy. We're getting it a little bit. But this would also mean that this person is now feeling really solid in their professional life as well, which is in turn making them feel more comfortable with taking a risk. Because I do feel that's truly what they want to do. They want to leap in your direction in some way because, again, you're coming through as the Empress, the Sun, and the Queen of Cups. Whether you're male or female, your energy is like pure joy and happiness and bliss and loving and nurturing, everything that the King of Pentacles probably is looking for that may not even, for some, not have. And they want stable union with you in some way, whether this is a marriage or grounding this into the 3D or just, reconnecting in some way. It feels like otherworldly, this sun. And not to mention how many? One, two, I guess two. Two major arcana with the Fool coming through in this reading. So it's that spark of starting a new stage or fixing this in some way. So I want to move on to the Oracle. Spirit, what do we need to see for, how this person feels with the messages from the animal spirit guide? What do we need to see, Spirit? How are they feeling? If something did go wrong in this connection, guys, they just don't, they're not ready for this to be over. Okay, let's see. What animal, Spirit? What animal? What message? What do we need to see? What's the truth of how this person feels for pile 2, Spirit? Wolverine, you're a lot tougher than you think you are. Maybe that's how they're seeing you and they feel, because Queen of Cups energy could be very loving, supportive, caring, compassionate. In the reversal, it could feel a little bit like a people pleaser, maybe over giving, the tendency to sometimes overgive. But I think also with the Queen of Cups in reverse, the energy could be that you are pulling back, that you're not overgiving, that you are setting boundaries. And, don't just because you're the Queen of Cups doesn't mean you could take advantage of you type of energy. Plus, you're coming through as the Empress. And the sun, forget about it. That is like the, center of the universe. All right. And I'm a Leo, so that probably sounds really arrogant, but it's we're very emotional. If you are a fire sign, specifically a Leo, they know you're also tough if you have to be. And they're in their head about it. All right, we also got Tiger. Look at that. You might see their true stripes, their true colors. They may understand this now. Let's see what the message says. You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. This person is feeling like they want to come in with strong energy, stable energy. Look at this tiger, and that is feeling like the King of Pentacles. Although it could be very slow. Like, look at how this tiger looks like they're on the prey. They're slowly making their way to something. Oh my God, the ladybug at the bottom of the deck, which to me feels like good luck, good vibes. I have the Eckhart Tolle calendar, and September, time sensitive, has ladybugs on the picture. But anyway, ladybug, good luck. Okay. This is a time of good fortune, abundance. So be willing to receive all good things in your life. They feel you might be good luck. You are the ladybug. And they're on the prey. Even with the Wolverine energy, that could be their energy, that they are getting strength. That they're finding their own strength to move in your direction, even if they've sabotaged it or really messed things up in the past. You might want to come in with, different energy, an energy that you might not have seen from them. That could be for some of you. So let's see, Spirit, with true love. Gosh, I feel really tapped in right now. So let's see, Spirit. What do we need to see? What's the truth of how they feel? The truth of how they feel, Spirit, for pile 2. Oh my God. So the Divine Feminine, this came out in pile 1. Some of you might have some messages in pile 1, but it might be at different stages. So I'm curious what that's going to look like for you guys if you happen to be resonating with Lord of the Rings but yet you were feeling pile 2, like something like that for some of you, or vice versa, but not all of you. Okay. And again, there is some differences as well, but we got Divine Feminine, and that could be how they really truly feel about you guys, that you are a perfect match for them in some way. You could literally be their Divine Feminine. You know, 4 of Wands could be a symbol of twin flame just because of 1111 and union. So that could be a message for some of you, but don't force that to fit if you don't resonate with those labels. Reparenting yourself. Some of you may have had to do this. This person could be feeling that that's kind of where they are at, or what they have come through, where they are now feeling ready to move in your direction. And we have spiritual maturity, boundaries. Guys, this feels as though in another tiger. Wow. We also have an owl, a shield. It feels like Athena energies. If Greek mythology coming through right now. But boundaries, that could be you. You set the boundaries. You set the tone. You know your worth. You know what you deserve. And if this person wasn't coming in correctly, they will now. They will now, guys. They may have gone through their own maturity, whether it's spiritual or not. But I feel as though they've come a long way because they are also now recognizing you. I mean, the Empress with the Divine Feminine, guys, they do see you as the best possible outcome. Like, you are their divine counterpart. That's not for every connection. Okay? So if that's the case, they want to come correct, and they want to rush in, but they're not. I feel like they're going to be slowing themselves down on purpose and establishing some sort of foundation. They want to work toward you now. They want to work toward gaining back your confidence, gaining back your, how you view them, maybe, for some of you. All right. Let's see. What's the truth of how they feel? Show the world the real you. Luck is on your side. More about luck. Get one more. Leo energy, sun energy. Guys, this feels very aligned. Your reading. All my readings feel super aligned, but it still shocks me and surprises me sometimes. I love you, Spirit, so much. Thank you so much for always coming through. So, bottom of the deck, let's start there. Nothing is yet set in stone. This also came out in pile 1, mutable moon. So if you and this person did have some sort of separation, fallout, someone's energy is blocked, this might come back around again. And again, nothing is set in stone. This person doesn't want to attach to outcome, or they're not trying to attach to outcome, meaning they don't want it to end. So show the world the real you. Luck is on your side. Don't let pride get in your way. This person is feeling like they want to take action, guys. This is very consistent. We've been getting throughout your reading. And I do feel like they're gaining that strength, that Leo energy, which is such, like, the king of the jungle, the queen of the jungle. That is the energy of someone just being in charge. More leadership. We got leadership. I forget where, maybe with the animal. Yeah. with the tiger, you're being called upon providing leadership. And now again, we're getting, the lion cat family. So there's a lot of fire in this reading too. So even if you or this person on your mind are not a fire sign, there is passion involved. That's for sure. Now, if you are a fire sign, there is also like tenfold passion then. So that being said, we're also getting Sagittarius and Leo coming through, So we also have Aquarius energy. Aquarius is January, February. So that could be where this connection is headed in a couple of months, time sensitive, or just in winter. For some of, winter could mean something for some of you, but Sagittarius and Leo, Sagittarius, I think, is coming up. Yes, I know this because my ex was a Sagittarius. Um, and I don't discriminate. I love my Sagittariuses, but for a while I did. I'm not gonna lie. For a while I was angry at all Sagittariuses, but I'm over it a long time ago. So that being said, I love you, Sagittarius. Don't get upset over that, because if you are a fire sign, you are attracting this person tenfold. Okay. And even if you're not, you're attracting this person tenfold is the point. Okay. Let's move on. Show the world the real you. Maybe this person's intention is they do want to show you a different side to them, who they truly are. And maybe they didn't show you that. They may have showed you their worst side potentially, but I do feel like they're getting through their own blocks, and that could be in ego, in pride. And I feel like they have good energy. They feel positive, even if they are stuck thinking about this. They're not allowing themselves to feel negative, is the point. They are really trying to hang on to hope because they know that you are important to them. Now, if you don't feel the same, you're going to have to let this person down easily. But if you do feel that mutual bond, this person feels it as well, guys. Okay, so let's get into your advice, Spirit. What does one fell on the ground as I'm shuffling? So it makes me feel like I want to shuffle one more time. Spirit, what advice? What do we need to see? What archangel do we need to see, Spirit, for pile 2 as we close out pile 2's reading today? What do we need to see, Spirit? Okay, I didn't want to go overboard with the archangel. So Archangel Butya Lil, forgive me if I don't know how to pronounce that, guys. It says be interdependent, expand your horizons. Interesting. We got the world. So advice, expand your horizons. That could also mean to don't wait for this person. Keep your options. Don't focus on outcome maybe as well. And yeah, keep your options open, of course. The idea of just being open to anything, be non-resistant to energies coming through, but again, and be interdependent. The meaning of, maybe branching out, getting together with friends. Okay. So we have Archangel Haniel, seek soul satisfaction, fan a flame of inner happiness. Wow. Flame, the term flame again. So seek soul satisfaction. This feels like Spirit is reminding you to be aligned, to expand your reach, to know what your purpose is, which is not to hyper focus on this person. Okay? Cloud. Sorry, guys. I had to stop recording and get Cloud. But instead of pausing the recording, I stopped it. So hopefully the lighting isn't too awful. Okay. So to close out, so we have Lord, Y Wife Zill. Accept and send healing. You are a being of the universe. Guys, it feels as though you know your soul. You are awakening in some way. You have strong archangel energy messages coming through to remind you to focus on alignment, inner peace, and expanding your horizons on what lifts your energy up. Okay? I'm sending healing energy, especially with this archangel. How peaceful this looks, guys. Heavenly. All right. And this feels like water. So, water, I feel like, is also an air. We did get a lot of air too. Um, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. So, we kind of got it all. Either way, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for staying this long. And I hope these messages resonated and made sense. Let me know if they did. And hopefully, I'll see you again. Bye, guys. Hey guys, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the Tiger Eye Crystal or the Disney's Alice in Wonderland Tarot deck, then you're at the right reading. So, what's the truth to how they feel? This person on your mind, that's on your mind in a romantic sense. You know, what's the truth? What's going on? Especially if you're not able to tell how they feel, or you feel, or maybe you're just checking in, regardless of your intention for why you are checking in with this person's truth of how they feel, whether you're in separation or not. And we might be able to see some details of what type of connection this is, but again, we're tuning into the frequency and the energy of their emotions and any other detail Spirit wants to provide for us, guys. Okay, so thank you so much, Spirit, for being here today. As always, with the collective energy, we're asking for pile 3 today, the person on pile 3's mind. What is the truth to how they feel about pile 3? What do we need to see, Spirit? What is the truth to how they feel? What is the truth to how they feel? So the first card we're getting is a major arcana. Card number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. And that's Pisces energy, which is a water sign. This is so hard to grab, guys. I'm going to be honest. So I just want one Spirit at a time. Spirit, what do we need to see? So we have Justice, card number 11. 10, 11. Wow. Libra energy. So it looks like there's a little bit of resistance right now when shuffling, but I think it's because Spirit is really trying to send a clear message. We also have card number 6, another major arcana, the Lovers. Gemini energy, which is air. And Libra also is air. So, wow. Okay. And now we're ending with 10 of hedgehogs in the reversal. Something may have went wrong with you guys. This person is feeling that they want to bring some sort of, they want to correct something that may have went wrong. Okay, let's see. We have the 9 of Spears in the reversal. Yes, this person is very conscious of what happened. They're overthinking a lot of things right now. The Sun, oh my gosh. Gosh, you might have messages in pile 1 or 2. I'm curious if some of you are watching all the readings today. I don't know, because The sun came out in all three readings. This one is coming out upright. Okay. And by the way, a lot of major arcana, guys. So this is card number 19, which is Leo energy, of course, with the sun. So we're getting it all. We're getting air, a little bit of water, a little bit of fire. Now we have the Empress in the reversal. This is card number 3. This is Taurus energy. That's the earth that we're missing. But we do have hedgehogs here. All right, let's get our last card, Spirit. And then the 8 of flowers. Okay, I am getting the feeling. The King of Teacups at the end. At the bottom, my bad. And the 9 of Teacups. And both are in reversal. Okay. Guys, this person is all over the place with their emotions for you. The truth to how they feel is I don't even think they know how they feel, except that they want to correct something and bring some sort of balance, peace, and alignment into this connection that you and this person have. They may think that you are fated in some way. We got the Wheel of Fortune, which does feel a little, it could be represent like a karmic situation, but it also could be as though lessons needing to be learned. Something feels like it's repeating itself for some of you as well, where this could be a cycle that you and this person have been in. This person needs to make a decision. I do believe that they are stuck in their head about what direction they want to go. They know that you might be blocked to them in some way, but I also feel as though you might literally be out of reach. When the Empress, whether you're male or female, guys, it doesn't matter. Take energy as it resonates. But when the Empress is coming through, but in the reversal, they may feel that you are no longer available, no longer even, like you may have taken the choice out of the decision. However, with the Lovers coming through and the Empress in the reverse, I'm getting, gosh, I almost feel like they're being resistant in which direction they want to move toward, because they might be fearing that if they move in your direction and you reject them or turn them down this time, that there's no going back from that. Like that'll be permanent. On the other hand, if they don't move in your direction, there's always going to be that little inkling of hope. So that could be kind of what made them resistant, or if they've been resistant. I am feeling though that they have made, but they already, okay, let me backpedal. I feel like for some of them, they've already made the decision that they want to move in your direction and fix things, bring justice to whatever went wrong. So they're going to do it no matter what, even if you reject them. Okay? But for some of them, it could be that is why they haven't come toward you yet, because they're not sure if they're ready to take what you might give them, which is denying something solid. With the 10 of Pentacles in the reversal, which is hedgehogs, and the 8 of flowers, which is wands, 8 of wands. They feel they may have gone nowhere fast. And now they feel as though the future is not clear. As though without their Empress being available, their future is now unknown, and it doesn't feel safe. So with the wands, 8 of wands, it's as though they want to move forward. Again, this is the choice that they need to make. And I'm wondering if for some of them, they've already made it, but I'm wondering if we're going to get more clarifiers on that. Like, are they coming in your direction, or are they deciding to move into the unknown without you? That's that is kind of where they are at right now. I do believe, though, how they feel about you is very, you're their son and you're the empress to them, guys. And again, to go back to male, female, uh, energy is energy. So because this is what the energy you're coming through as, they could look at you as very innocent. Alice is very innocent. She's the one that goes down the rabbit hole. And because of that experience, she learns, she grows, she matures. I actually read the book in college. I studied English literature. So the actual book, not the um, movies, the cartoons. I have a few favorite ones, by the way, but um, it doesn't really explain, or maybe it does. I don't know. But in the book, it really does showcase and explain her evolution as going from a child to perhaps a young adult. Like she's learning the darkness of the world, that there could be darkness, and the innocence is kind of, she's awakening to reality. And that's kind of the thematic, the themes of Alice in Wonderland. And that's the feeling I'm getting. Like this person views you as someone that is, not, you may have that energy of being innocent and being, just a beauty and a joy and someone that makes them happy. You could also be of a very cheerful and, you know, joyful, childlike disposition about you, where you don't take life too seriously. You have that type of energy. But with the Empress and the reversal, you're not one to take advantage of. Like you are setting boundaries. You might be blocked to them. And now this person is like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what the future is going to be. I don't know, but the Eight of Wands, let's see if we could get a clarifier for the Eight of Wands. And, Nine of Teacups, they're not feeling fulfilled. If you and this person are not talking, they're not happy. Oh my gosh. Three of Swords, but it's coming up in the reverse. They may also want to move toward healing this connection in some way or healing themselves. Let's get one more spirit. Why is the Eight of Wands here? What is Queen of Hedgehogs? Yeah, guys, they want to fix things. They want to heal the disconnect between you and them. They want to bring justice. So they are going to move towards you, is the point I'm making. Because right now, what they feel their future is if you're not in their energy, look at that Ace of Wands now at the bottom of the deck. They may not feel emotionally balanced. They could really be going through it right now, especially if they feel like they've lost you. But they are feeling 100% that creative spark. Like, that that feeling of, did they make the decision or not? This is the answer. Yes. They know exactly what they want. They got that zap, that spark. They know exactly what they want, guys, and they want a new beginning. They want a passionate new beginning. And they're feeling passionate about it, I should say. So let's move on into your oracle with the animal messages from animal spirit guides. I'm really glad I'm using this deck today because excuse me. Really want to like tune into the energy of what animal, what message, what's the truth of how they truly feel for you, Hell 3. Because I'm getting that you do make them happy, but they're not really telling me how they feel. They do feel passionate. They are in their mind about a decision of making sure, and they might be stuck in their mind a little bit right now as well, but they do want to rush in. I think they know their choice. So what's the current energy, Spirit? What animal do we need to see? Let's get two. Let's get two animals, Spirit. Okay. Platypus. I don't think I get this often. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. Maybe this person is trying to get out of a negative mindset, see through the murk, especially if, King of Cups in the reversal, they could very well be in love with you, but they may not feel comfortable in that energy, especially now with whatever is going on between the both of you. Let's see. We have Cardinal. Red birds might mean something for someone. The, the polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. So do whatever it is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. That could be where the King of Cups is in the reversal, because we got the Ace of Wands. They're very passionate, yet they may want to balance this. They may want to come toward you in alignment, and they may not be feeling that currently right now. And it is maybe because they are worried, they are anxious and stressed over whether or not they've lost you forever. It is feeling like a full cycle is happening, like it's coming into full circle. We also have Falcon. Ooh, this feels like prey. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit without equivocation. Equivocation. I may have studied English lit, but I grew up in Chicago. I'm just kidding. But yes, sometimes my enunciations are not great. Either way, this feels like prey, and it feels like someone, and look at, we have two birds coming through, the falcon and the cardinal. Calm, but yet persistent. I do feel like they may be waiting for something, maybe the perfect moment, the perfect sign, the perfect symbol. And again, more energy of them being in their thoughts, more so in their heart space, even though they know that the happiness that they want to bring back and to, create some sort of balance and solutions and grounding this into something positive, because the sun feels so bright, and it's being depicted by Alice herself. And she always had a sunny disposition, she always never let her anxiety or fear lead her to make a bad decision with her crazy adventures in Wonderland. So, that being said, let's move on to true love. Spirit, what do we need to see? That was awful. Let's try that one more time. What do we need to know, Spirit? What else with the true love? What's the truth of how they feel for pile 3? Okay. Self-respect. They may know that this is what your boundary is. And this could also, meaning that you are respecting yourself and you're creating boundaries, and this person can't, come in with energy that's not correct. And they don't want to. They don't want to keep making the same mistake. We got yin yang. That could be a symbol of twins, twin flame, but regardless, it could also be this person feels that you are an aligned mate in some regard. Getting gardener, this person could really be trying to tend to their own garden space right now, but it's not really easy for them because they are stuck in their minds. But gosh, I think that's what it is, though. They're stuck in their mind about wanting to get you back and moving forward, or manifesting you in some way. And they're scared. I do feel like there is some fear for a lot of them, but I'm also getting that there could be some confidence too, like whatever it is that went wrong in this connection, whether they were responsible for the majority of it or all of it or whatever, however it is for your connection. I feel as though this person, you know, whether they intended to hurt you or not, they may not have been ready at the time, and they may not have handled things in the best way at the time. So maybe for them to, because they were lacking in some way. But again, what's true about how they're feeling about you, that they could still be thinking that you are setting boundaries and creating and understanding your own self-respect. All right, let's get Moonology. What do we need to see, Spirit? What's the truth? The truth. Emotions are running high. Gosh, that feels like King of Cups in the reverse, because it's someone that has strong emotions. Could be love or heavy like or even obsession. I mean, it could be anything because it's not stable. So emotions are running high. It could go both ways. It's super moon, which is a full moon. Thank you for that person that reminded me in the comments, which I think I already knew, but I have a bad memory, to be honest. All right, supermoon, emotions are running high, and this is a huge energy. Look at how huge it is, this moon. We got swallowed up, Okay, what else do we need to see, Spirit? I'm going to stop there. A lot of purple, a lot of purple. Getting crown chakra vibes. This could be a spiritual connection in some way. Although this person might be more in their ego. Okay. Whereas you might be more in your crown chakra. You might be more in your spirituality. You might be more open. This person might be getting there or trying to access. But again, without their sun, I think they're gonna stay stuck a little bit until they are brave enough to move forward. And I do think it's gonna happen sooner rather than later. We got a super moon, new moon eclipse, a new moon, and another full moon. Guys, this is huge energy. 2 full moons, one of them is a super moon, and then we got 2 new moons, and one of them is an eclipse. So it says emotions are running high, a new start is coming, expect powerful change, it's time to release negativity. This feels super aligned, guys. This person is releasing the doubt. They're trying to release the resistance. If they sabotage this, they don't want to do that again. And they look at how powerful this is, guys. With all this energy in the Moonology that you're getting from this tarot, from the Oracle, it's feeling as though this is, you might be feeling this energy as well. That this is going to happen. This is happening even though your boundaries are up. And again, pace this. If this person is ready, they're going to show you with actions, whether this is stable union or not. That is the unknown. So pace this, guys. Make sure you know what self-respect, what you deserve. Don't take anything less. Okay? All right. As I'm already starting to give my 2 cents, let's get into your advice, guys. I decided to use the Archangel Oracle. And I want to see, what Archangel, what messages, Spirit, what advice for this energy for pile 3. Does pile 3 need to see today? Thank you so much, of course, for being here. Advice, Spirit, what do we need to see? Messages. Oh my God. Oh my God, it went over the fire, but nothing happened. I think the rose quartz crystal. Wow, guys, that could have been a disaster. Oh my God. But it wasn't. It's time to release negativity. All right, let's see. We have 3. I wanted 2, but that's okay. Because I didn't realize one of them hopped that far, so I kept going. All right, bottom of the deck, Archangel Mary. Oh, how beautiful. Such a maternal energy. Also giving like Empress energy, just because it's so maternal and powerful. Look at how motherly this person is holding the baby. The Archangel is providing comfort. It says, open your heart with compassion and unfold others in love. Come from a place of love, pile 3, always. And it will steer you, it won't steer you wrong. Okay. We have Lord YYZL, which I believe that it came through, forget in pile 1 or 2. Accept and send healing. You are a being of the universe. Healing energy for sure. You could be healing a lot, guys. You could be nurturing yourself, reparenting yourself, gaining that self-respect, that worth. Spirit is reminding you that you are a soul and not to get so caught up in thoughts. Seraphim, Seraphiel, tune into the divine will, open to higher illumination. Wow. The sun, again, illumination. A higher frequency, perhaps, I'm getting. You're rising. Your energy is rising. And again, whether this person meets you where you're at, don't diminish your frequency, okay, for anyone. Okay. Archangel Mariel, manifest for the highest good. Work with pure love. A couple of messages about coming from a place of love, feeling more toward your divine energy, tapping into your soul frequency, which is your divine frequency, which is your higher self. Okay, wow, guys, I love you. I hope this made sense. I hope this helped in some way. Please let me know if it did, and hopefully I'll see you again. Love you guys. Take care.